Hey there, welcome back to my view of the world. I think today's Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it's still October. Pretty sure it's still 2024. And pretty sure Halloween is in 2 days. So narrow it down that way. And I'm out looking for a private place to just hang out here with you guys for a few minutes and talk about what's going on. I think I might have succeeded, even though I'm someplace nobody is supposed to be. Yeah, I've been away for a little bit of time. It's mainly because I'm back at home, and I'm at home at a time when my brother is also at home. Yeah, you can't tell. You just can't tell. This is this is dangerous here. But I'm brave. I'm brave. Yeah, when my brother's home and I'm home at the same time, it reminded me of an issue I've had like all my life. I don't do good with roommates. If I have to live with other people, it's really difficult for me to do. This is my touch bone, ear, headphones, touch bone. Yeah, I don't do good. There was a time when I lived in Santa Cruz, and I was just considering the idea of renting a room in a big house with a bunch of other students, and I could look into the future of what would happen to me if I had done that, just knowing from inside that I shut down. I shut down. Okay, I can't go down this trail. Boy, this is just unsafe, but nobody takes care of this. This is not a trail that's meant to be hiked on. It's really steep, it's really narrow, it's really slippery, and especially when I'm trying to hold on to this thing and talk to you, I can't do it. So I'm just going to go back up here. Even turning around right there, it's like, dude, my angels are holding me up, and they're holding me back from going too far. Okay, maybe I can sit here. When I say I shut down, I mean like, okay, let's try this. I go into hiding. I would go into hiding. I thank God I have a room that is my own. I can shut the door, and I don't have to go outside of that door if I don't want to. Which, this is just really hard for me to even describe what this is like. It's really a painful part of my subconscious that I've never really explored. I've never tried to heal yet. And like the way it is now, I'm experiencing parts of this. I don't know where this came from. This trauma, well, it is kind of a psychosis. It's a phobia? I don't know. I don't know where it came from. In this lifetime, I just can't think of anything that triggered it to make me be this way. So I'm experiencing this now, being blank blank considered I didn't need to say blank blank, but being considered a roommate of my brother. We share the house, It's just really hard. I can't even talk about it. Wow. And what I do, I spend all my time in my room. I will spend time in my room to avoid being seen or to see or have any kind of encounter. It's not confrontations. There's nothing going on that would cause confrontations, but just encounters. I will stay hidden in my room as long as I can. I feel safe. Somehow I feel safe doing it. But what the threat is, I don't know. And I do this extremely. I do it to the point where, oh God, I just don't even want to talk about it. Okay, this is not what I came on to talk about today. Boy, I'm gonna let that go. And that little leaf right there is kind of spooking me. I'm gonna park it. Man. Wow, maybe this is something I'm going to have to go into later. And this is something I might be able to explore in my NaNoWriMo that starts on Friday, midnight, Friday morning. I used to be so excited about NaNoWriMo starting in the past 15 years ago. I would stay up till midnight and I would drive up to Alamo, to the Alamo Cemetery, and I would go sit up on top of the hill with my laptop, and at midnight I would start writing my novel to get the blessing, to get the mood of that place, because that place was the center of my story. I don't think I'm going to do that this week, because that's not what I'm writing about now, not necessarily, at least not the way that I did back then. But it's just a memory. It's a nice memory. I am actually feeling some energy flowing for the purpose of participating in and potentially completing NaNoWriMo next month. And it's because I've been writing 750 words a day for over 600 days now. So I'm primed. My writing mind is primed. It just needs to get a little bit honed in and focused on actual idea of a story. I've got some loose ideas. I used to spend the month of October prepping all of my brainstorming notes and ideas of character development and storyline development in sitting in a cafe. And I keep telling myself, let's go do that, and I haven't done it yet. And I'm running out of time, but it doesn't really matter. What's going to happen is going to happen. So anyway, that's something else that's going on. Boy, I wish I hadn't got stuck talking about that other stuff, because I don't want this video to be so long. I had other things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the nice visits I had with one of my oldest friends this weekend. He was in town visiting his family and attending a family wedding, and he had some time off in between, family obligations, and we went up on Mount Diablo, and we had a really good time up on Mount Diablo, and we played chess on Sunday afternoon. And I love chess. I really do love playing chess. And I love having a partner, a live partner to sit down and play with. That I don't do it more regularly. There's only 2 people in the world that I play chess with, and I only play with them in person when they come into town here. I don't go where they live. I haven't been able to go where they live yet. Okay, I'm going to keep jumping. So I had a really good visit. Topics of discussion were different than when he was here last December, which was okay. I mean, we always do get onto the bend of talking about our spiritual understanding of life in the world. We got into that a little bit on Sunday, but it wasn't as deep as it's been in the past. And I don't really come in with a topical agenda list of things to say, hey, I want to talk about this, and bring up an idea and carry it forth. I let him be the guide he seems to have more of a need to talk than I do. Maybe that's it, or he's just more in practice of being a talker. He did tell me that's a facet of his life he really has developed and enjoys getting to utilize. He has an audience. He has people that like to listen to him talk. And I don't have, well, I mean, you guys listening to me here, whoever comes back and listens all the way through this dribble, I guess I'm developing an audience with you guys, but you're not a live audience. Live audience, okay, I figured out I cannot do live feed videos on YouTube the way a lot of other people can, because I don't have enough followers. You have to have 50 followers before they'll give you the live button. I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I don't know that I'd feel comfortable talking like this to 50 people that would most likely mainly be strangers. So that's kind of on the side. But I did find a way using Telegram. There's a way I can do live video conversation. It can actually be a conversation. People can log in, and like I can be talking, and you can put a little text message in, and I can read your message and answer your question. But that's kind of why I thought it would be fun to do live video. But you'd have to have a Telegram account to be able to interact that way. But anyway, at least I know there's a way to do it. Check this out. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy. Mrs. Buckeye. Is she cracked yet? No, she hasn't cracked yet. Huh. That looks like the only buckeye hanging from this tree, and I don't see any on the ground. It's a really young buckeye tree. Usually where these are, and I guess it's the more mature trees, the ground this time of year is littered with the pod that's inside this little hanging thing here. Okay, what else was I going to talk about? Had a good visit. Don't know when I'll see him again. Maybe over Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I'm not going to really be available then. We played 3 games of chess. The first game that we played, it was just kind of free form, and we were talking, and it took an hour. It was an hour-long game. And I won that game. And I always feel like, after a year of not playing, I come back and I play in person, I get beginner's luck. And we played a second game. The second game we used a timer. So you get 10 minutes. We set 10 minutes to play the entire game. And you make a move, and then you stop the clock while the other person is contemplating their move. And the clock ticks down while that other person is contemplating. So it puts pressure on you to think and act and move. And we got really, really focused in that game. And 10 moves into it, I had this incredible push forward. I even locked his king into a corner, and I ended up winning that game, but it was a bit of a struggle because I had this great forward advancement in the beginning part of the game. Then it kind of got weird, but then I was able to come back and finish it off. But it was like I was putting him in check, 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 move after move after move. He never got to pull forward and put the offensive on at all. And then the third game, kind of started out the same way, but then I got to a point, it was too good. It was too good of a position, and there was probably like one move or two moves to make to put him in checkmate, and I couldn't figure it out. And I lost control, and then he regained control, and then he finished me off. So that was good. That was nice that he got to win a game. But I think part of why I'm playing as good as I am is because I play computer chess games on my phone. So I'm in practice, somewhat. What else you want to talk about? Okay, there is one other thing. Oh yeah, okay, let me get onto a more spiritual bend here. God, it's 15 minutes already. Maybe I think I'm gonna stop this video, and I'm gonna make a part 2. And then I'll give like an introduction to this one and say, you don't really have to listen to this one. Part 2 is more interesting. Okay, let's do that. So stop. Okay, this is part 2, and I am continuing moments after I just stopped the first video. The other thing I wanted to talk about was a sense of increasing spiritual frequency that I feel like I'm going through. Dealing with an issue, like a life issue, a real life issue right now, that this kind of thing in the past terrifies me, because I don't have the right kind of knowledge or experience to be able to know how to deal with these kind of situations well. And this is something that could spin me off into a depression, like these leaves. And when it first reared its head, this circumstance reared its head, my first thought was, oh God, I don't know what to do, and I'm going to get depressed. But somehow I caught myself, and within minutes, I started to see a picture of how to get through this situation. And within the day, I started to take those steps. And it's not an ideal solution, but it is a solution, and it's going to work for the most part, I hope. I'm pretty sure it's going to, for the most part, work. The only thing that could be not working is this might not be the actual end of this condition, but I think it's going to be. And I'm kind of like, dude, how did you become able to do this without panicking, without fear, without going into depression? And the only explanation I have is that my spiritual frequency, my attunement with God, my attunement with the God frequency, with the alignment with God energy from my meditation, but also just because of what's going on in the world right now, with everybody ascending, everybody waking up and having more connection with God, or at least the possibility is there. If people will listen to their instincts and say, oh my God, why am I thinking about spiritual things? You know, I never think about spiritual things, but all of a sudden I am, and then follow that, grab that and follow and see where that goes. I mean, I've been doing that since I was 13. So it's not new to me, but for a lot of people in the world, it's a pretty new thing. And I'm riding the waves of this frequency increase with everybody else. And yeah, this is something I actually, when I had the first reaction to this situation starting to play out, is old pattern. One of my old reactions was to start thinking about suicide. And I saw that come up. I didn't have to fight it back. It just kind of swam away. It was like, no, you got this figured out. You've got this figured out. You've got this figured out so good. And it's not just me. It's definitely, I rely on a lot of angels. I talk to a lot of angels. I have a lot of spiritual guides. There's a lot of people helping me figure things out and blessing me. And yeah, so you're probably going, what the hell is he talking about? What's this circumstance? I'll just tell you a little bit about it, and I'm not going to go into detail. I'm going to just give you like the arena that this is in. It has to do with finances. It has to do with something I did that involved a bunch of people that I'm changing the way this thing operates. Oh my God, these clouds. I don't think you're going to be able to see these clouds. I'm going to have to take pictures of these clouds. And I don't even want to tell these people about this because okay, hold on. Oh my goodness. I feel responsible for, I'm going to take responsibility for it all. I probably could ask for help from them with it, but I feel like it's my mess. It's a mess I've made, and I'm just going to take care of it. I have the means to take care of it, and I'm going to do it. So there, I didn't really tell you anything except that it's something to do with money. And money is the thing in this world that freaks me out the most, and it's not freaking me out right now, which is evidence of my trust in God. My trust in God, my frequency having elevated. Yeah. And me knowing how to just believe that things are going to work out. Things are going to work out. Also trusting God in advance that has given me the ability to have the funds I need, or access to the funds I need, to be able to get through this situation. If I didn't have the funds, and which is typically the way it goes, that's what would trigger a suicidal ideation reaction. And yeah, somehow God's been working with me to help me have more money than I normally have, which is not a lot of money. I still don't have money to get on a plane and like fly to San Diego to go play chess for a weekend. I don't know when that's going to change. Maybe it's going to change. Maybe it's going to happen. Actually, I'll let this go into a new. I'm going to sip on this. Maybe it's a new thing that's developing with my frequency is my psychic abilities are definitely more online than they've been in a long time. My meditation, it just daily keeps getting stronger. I keep having stronger experiences, deeper meditations, clearer knowledge of answers to the questions I have, more reception, more receptivity to the blessings I send out, the healings I send out. Yeah, it's all just really powering up. So what I thought about this a couple of days ago, and waiting before I jumped on it felt good. I just asked my spirit guides, should I try playing the what is it called, Daily 4 Lotto again? Daily 4 is this really simple, it's well, it's not the simplest. There's one called Daily 3. Hold on. You just have to get 4 numbers right. And the numbers are all between 1 and 9. It's not like Powerball, where the numbers go up to like 65, and you have to get 5 numbers right, plus you have to get a Powerball number right to win the money. Anyway, this is a really low payoff for the Daily 4. I've seen that be between like $500 and up to like maybe $7,000. And I've been playing this game for years with the idea that I could psychically find out what the winning numbers are for the game that's going to be played tonight, using my psychic abilities. Pretty much what I do is I use a pendulum. I have a number board and I have a pendulum, and I ask spirit to show me the correct numbers. I've had really good luck playing this game, except I haven't won yet. I can get 3 numbers right, and then the 4th number that I miss will just be 1 digit off of the actual winning number. And we haven't played it in 6 months, at least 6 months. So what I'm thinking now is maybe how much my psychic abilities have gained strength in the past 6 months. Maybe now I can start to get that last number right. Coming up with $1,000 extra, like if I only got that once a month, that would make my life so much more comfortable. That's starting to get to the point where I could go on a trip. I could go away for a weekend. Yeah. So I have to stay humble though. There's dogs over there. Don't worry, they're not near me. I have to stay humble. I have to stay grateful. And if this actually does start working out, I should probably tithe my winnings. But I have no guarantee that it's ever going to work. I've always felt like there was either a curse or a protection in place that's keeping me from being able to win this game. That something in my karma or something I've done in another dimension to protect myself in this dimension from triggering awake an old gambling addiction or something like that. I feel like there's been things that have kept me from being able to win this money like this. But we'll see. Okay, you know what? I think that was enough. That's like 25 minutes talking today. I think I pretty much hit onto everything I was going to talk about, and I appreciate anybody and everybody who waited till the end. Thank you, the guys that leave comments, and give me a thumbs up too. Thumbs up, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, bye.